first we discussed about discrete probability distribution. Okay, discrete. So actually in probability distribution we have two types. Okay, one is discrete probability distribution, and another one is continuous probability distribution. First I will tell you the difference. Okay, in discrete probability distribution, so usually first condition, if you say it is a discrete probability distribution function, what is the first condition? P of x greater than or equal to what?
0.
0. And what is the second condition? Summation of P of x equal to what?
1.
1. Okay, these are the two conditions for the discrete probability distribution. If you come to the continuous, usually in the discrete we are taking the discrete values. Discrete values means 1, 2, 3, 4 integral values. Okay, so in the continuous probability distribution, first condition is same, because if it is a probability distribution, probability should always be positive. Correct? Huh? Probability is always positive?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, second condition, there is a slight change. Instead of summation, I am going to take integral. Okay, summation and integral are same. Here for the discrete, we are taking summation. For the continuous, continuous means if you have 0 to 1. Okay, 0 and 1 are the discrete values. 0 and 1 are the discrete values. Continuous values means you can take 0, 0.1, okay, 0.2, 0.3. Or here you can take 0.00001 is also it includes all the values between 0 to 1. Okay, but 0 and 1 are the discrete values. Between 0 to 1 what we have the values, that is called continuous values. So it is from minus infinity to plus infinity. Integral minus infinity to plus infinity, f of x dx is equal to 1. Here I am defining f of x instead of p of x. So both are same, because here I want to integrate this one. Probability I cannot integrate. That's what I am taking a probability function f of x. Between minus infinity to plus infinity, it is 1. Okay, it is continuous values. So as I told you in the previous problem, between 2 and 4 we considered. Between 2 and 4 here we have 3. Okay, since it is a discrete, between 2 and 4 I should consider for the discrete probability distribution only 3. But in the continuous probability distribution, if they are given between 2 and 4 means we should include 2 and 4, because so next value of 2 you can take it as 2.000001. So in that continuous probability, that 2.00001 is also included. That's what I am going to include 2 and 4 if they are given between 2 and 4 in the continuous. But in the discrete, if they are given between 2 and 4, I cannot take 2 and 4, I can take only 3. Did you clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is some of the important difference between continuous and discrete. So in the continuous, okay, in the discrete probability distribution, we discussed two concepts. One is binomial distribution. What is another one? What is the another distribution? Poisson distribution. Okay. Next, come to the continuous probability distribution. In continuous probability distribution, again we are going to discuss two distributions. One is exponential probability distribution and another one is normal probability distribution. Okay, we are going to discuss these two now. Already we discussed these two. Okay. So next, come to the exponential probability distribution. So before going to the exponential probability distribution, so here I explain the second condition. Okay, here I explain the second condition, that integral from minus infinity to plus infinity f of x dx equal to 1. That stands for, so if I am considering a curve, okay, consider any curve. So the area between the curve and the x-axis from minus infinity to plus infinity is equal to 1. That will give us the probability. Okay. So this is what we define, integral minus infinity to plus infinity f of x dx equal to 1. So it is geometrical meaning of the second condition in the continuous probability distribution is that So this is a curve what we have. This curve is f of x curve. Okay, the area between the curve f of x and the x-axis from minus infinity to plus infinity, that is 1. Okay, so that should be it is symmetric about y-axis. That curve should be symmetric about y-axis. So that second condition represents the area. Okay, so that is the one geometrical meaning. So next come to the concept that, okay, I will go back to the PDF. So in that, so did you clear this concept? The difference between discrete and continuous? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right. So next, I will go for that PDF. Can you see the PDF?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. Every x, for every x belongs to the range of a continuous random variable capital X. So capital X is a random variable. Now we consider the continuous random variable. So we are assigning a real number f of x satisfying the conditions. What are the conditions? As I told you that f of x greater than or equal to 0. So here instead of p of x I am taking f of x itself. So p and f meaning the same thing. So probability function, instead of p in the continuous, I am taking it as a f of x. First condition is greater than or equal to 0. Then second condition is from minus infinity to plus infinity, f of x dx equal to 1. This is the second condition. If these two conditions satisfied by the function f of x, then the function f of x is said to be continuous probability function. Okay. So now, actually, in the continuous probability distribution, our interval is minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, our interval is minus infinity to plus infinity. So now, if a comma b is a sub-interval of the range space of x, our range space of x is between minus infinity to plus infinity. In this one, I have an interval, say a comma b. Okay, a comma b is the sub-interval of a range space of x. Capital X takes the value from minus infinity to plus infinity, but I am taking a sub-interval. In that interval minus infinity to plus infinity, I am taking a sub-interval a comma b. Okay, range space x. Then the probability that x lies. So I am taking x value, that x is lies in the subinterval a comma b is defined to be the integral. This is actually very important formula what we have. Okay, this formula we are going to use in the problems. Okay, x lies between, probability of x lies between a comma b is defined as integral from a to b. Okay, I am going to find the summation. It is like summation. So between a to b. Okay, you can take it as summation from a to b. So that is integral a to b f of x dx. If you find this integral value, that will give us the probability of x lies between a and b. Okay, next. So this is also one of the very important problem. This also we are going to use in solving the problems. So what it is? It is called cumulative distribution function. So cumulative distribution function means if capital X is a continuous random variable. Continuous means it can take any value among two values. Continuous random variable with the probability density function f of x. F of x is a probability density function, means it has to satisfy two conditions. Okay. Then the function capital F of x is defined by capital F. You can remember capital F of x, or you can consider this one only, no problem. P of capital X less than or equal to small x is equal to integral from minus infinity to x f of x dx. So that this concept I will explain you now. So as we know that our range space of a continuous probability distribution is minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, now I have x somewhere here. I want to find out the probability of this x less than capital X less than or equal to small x. Means probability of capital X is a random variable. Okay, So I want to find out the probability which is less than or equal to small x. Less than or equal to small x means where to where? Less than or equal to small x means from where to where? From minus infinity to x. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, minus infinity to x. So that I am taking in the integral minus infinity to x f of x dx. So suppose if it is a discrete, we have to take minus infinity, next value of minus infinity, next we have to take these values and we have to do the summation. Okay, but here we are taking the integral. Actually integral is nothing but addition, that is summation itself, but it is a continuous, it can take all the values. But summation can take only the discrete values. Discrete means integral values. Okay, so that is only the difference. So this formula also we are using, we are going to use in the problems. Okay, next should be noted that probability of a continuous random variable taking the particular value 0, whereas probability that it take the value in a interval is a positive quantity. Okay. So this is also important things, or you can say this is a formula what we are using, like it is same as in case of the discrete, but instead of summation we have integral sign, that's it. If suppose I have a r will say for example 3, 2, 1, anything you can take, just for example 3. If p of x greater than or equal to 3, greater than or equal to 3 means what is our range space actually? In continuous, what is our range space? From where to where? Extent takes the value from where to where? Hello? From minus infinity to
Plus.
plus infinity. Okay, in continuous probability distribution, x can take the any value from minus infinity to plus infinity. Next, I want to find out the probability of x greater than or equal to r. Here we have say r. I want to find out the probability which is greater than or equal to r. Greater than or equal to r means from r to what?
Plus.
R to plus infinity. So that I written in the integral symbol, integration from r to infinity f of x dx. Okay. So r will be given in the question. While solving the problem we are using it. Okay, next come to the second point. P of x less than r, less than r. Less than r means from where to where? Less than r means R2 we can take it as less than R, R2 minus infinity. So that is, what is the total probability? What is the total probability? What is the total probability from minus infinity to plus infinity? Hello?
1.
1. So I want which is less than or equal to r. It can less than or equal to r means this part. R we can take, suppose if it is okay, this part r we can take 1. Total probability is 1. 1 minus p of, if you subtract out in 1, if you subtract this portion you will get this portion. Okay, correct? That is 1 minus p of x greater than or equal to r, because as I told you that if equal sign is not there, here you have to put equal sign. If equal sign is here, don't put equal sign. So here less than, we should take greater than. Okay, same thing we are taking here. Only thing is that there we are considering summation, here we are considering integration. Next, 1 p of x less than 1, it can be written as probability of x greater than or equal to r means r to infinity, because already we found r to infinity, that can make use here. That's it. While solving the problem, we will get the clarity on that. As I told you that minus infinity to plus infinity, f of x dx is equal to 1. Geometrically means that the area bounded by the curve f of x on the x-axis is equal to unity, means 1. Next. Also, probability of x lies between A and B is equal to the area of the region. So I written the curve, right? Okay, curve. So here if you consider this curve, this is a curve what I have f of x, this is f of x, and this is x-axis. This is x-axis. Okay, this is x-axis. So x equal to a, this one, okay, this is x equal to a, straight line parallel to y-axis, correct? X equal to a is a straight line parallel to y-axis?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then x equal to b is also a straight line parallel to y-axis?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what it means, probability of x lies between a and b is equal to the area of the region bounded by f of x, x-axis, and the ordinates x equal to a, x equal to b. Means we are finding this area. Find the probability lies between x equal to a and x equal to b means we are finding the area between f of x curve, x-axis, the line x equal to a and the line x equal to b. So that is the meaning. Okay. So next, mean and variance. I am not going to derive the formula. So just as in case of the discrete, what is the mean formula for discrete? Summation of x into f of x, correct? Summation of x into f of x we considered, right? X into p of x for the mean. So same thing, instead of summation you take integral. So minus infinity to plus infinity, x into, instead of p of x you take, since it is a continuous, so p of x, f of x will give us the same meaning, but for the integration I cannot integrate p of x, that's what I took f of x. Okay. So instead of summation you take integral symbol x into f of x. So this is also same formula. Instead of summation we are taking integral symbol. Our range is minus infinity to plus infinity. That's it. The basic concepts of the continuous probability distribution. Did you clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in case of continuous probability distribution, we are going to discuss three probability distribution. First one is exponential, second one is normal. Okay. Distribution. Can you see the paint? Hello?
Yes,
Hello? Paint kanatappa?
ma'am.
Okay. So now we have two types of continuous probability distribution. One is exponential and another one is normal distribution. First I am going to explain you exponential. Exponential probability distribution. Okay. So it is defined as f of x. So instead of p of x, here we are defining f of x, which is equal to f of x takes the value alpha into e to the power of minus alpha x for x greater than 0. Okay, means for positive value of x. Next, f of x takes the value 0 otherwise. Otherwise means negative values for x otherwise. Okay, so this is a definition of probability distribution function for exponential. The exponential probability distribution function is defined as f of x is equal to alpha into e power minus alpha x for x greater than 0 means for positive values for x, and f of x takes the value 0 otherwise. Okay, that I will explain you. So before going to explanation of that problems, first I will give you mean and so the first condition is same. So if you want to say this is a probability distribution function, what is the first condition? What is the first condition? F of x should be greater than or equal to what?
0.
0. What is the second condition? Integral from minus infinity to plus infinity. F of x should be equal to f of x dx equal to 1. Okay. So whether the second condition satisfies for the exponential, that I will check it. So integral actually our limits for the continuous probability distribution is minus infinity to plus infinity. So this is very important. This is for continuous. Range space is minus infinity to plus infinity. But exponential distribution is defined only for x is greater than 0, means only from 0 to infinity. So f of x takes the value alpha e to the power of minus alpha x. But in this range, f of x takes the value 0 for exponential distribution. Actually, our range is for continuous minus infinity to plus infinity only. But exponential distribution takes the value f of x equal to alpha e power minus alpha x in the positive manner, that is from 0 to infinity. From minus infinity to 0, f of x takes the value 0. So here they are given 0 otherwise. So next I will check whether the second condition satisfied by the exponential or not. So next we have here minus infinity to plus infinity, but so we can write minus infinity to plus infinity as minus infinity to 0 plus 0 to infinity. Shall I write? Shall I split the integral? Shall I split the limit? Hello? Can we split the limit? Okay, right. I am considering the LHS and I am going to prove the RHS. What is the value of f of x between minus infinity to 0? What's the value of f of x between minus infinity to 0? What is f of x value?
0.
0. That from our exponential distribution, f of x value is 0. Okay, this is 0. Okay, now what is f of x in the limit 0 to infinity? Alpha into what? E power minus alpha x dx, where alpha is constant. Okay, now which is equal to alpha, take it outside. What is the integration of e power minus alpha x? E power minus alpha x by what?
Minus alpha.
Minus alpha, then apply the limit 0 to infinity. So here alpha and alpha cancel, minus you keep it out, then apply the limit e power minus alpha into infinity is infinity minus e power 0. What is e power minus infinity?
0.
0. What is e power 0?
1.
1.
0 minus 1, that is 1. We got 1. Okay, now this function is a probability distribution function. Exponential distribution function is a probability distribution function. So next, so we have to define mean and variance, then we go for the problems on that. So I am not going to derive mean and standard deviation, just I will give you the formula. So already I gave general formula. So here mean for the exponential distribution is 1 by alpha. As I gave you earlier that integral from minus infinity to plus infinity x into f of x dx. If you substitute your f of x value as this one and integrate, you will get 1 by alpha as your mean. Okay, 1 by alpha is mean. Then variance you will get it as 1 by alpha square. Standard deviation is square root of what? Square root of? Variance. That means standard deviation is also 1 by alpha. 1 by alpha means this alpha, reciprocal of this alpha will be the mean. Okay. So this is about the basic concepts of continuous probability distribution and exponential probability distribution. Did you clear the basic concepts?